Messi is about to miss the MLS All-Star Game for the third year in a row. Major League Soccer just built its biggest night of the summer around the one outcome that guarantees its biggest star won't show up. On July 29th, the league's All-Stars face Mexico's Liga MX All-Stars at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Lionel Messi was voted onto that roster. Lionel Messi will not be there. And the reason he won't be there is the same reason the league wanted him there in the first place. Here's the collision. Argentina made the World Cup final. That's exactly the kind of run that should have sold out Charlotte and spiked every stream on Apple TV. Instead, it's the reason Messi is gone. Messi played all 120 minutes of that final on July 19th, a 1-0 loss to Spain in extra time. 2 days later, on July 20th, his mandatory 21-day rest period started. A rule FIFPro, the Global Players Union, negotiated with FIFA to protect players after a World Cup. That clock runs until August 10th if he takes the full window. The All-Star Game is July 29th. Do the math. There was never a version of this where a deep Argentina run and this date coexisted. So let's be precise about who's actually missing and for how long. Messi is confirmed out for Inter Miami's July 22nd home game against Chicago Fire. He's confirmed out for July 25th at CF Montreal. And he's confirmed out for the All-Star Game itself on the 29th. His Argentina teammate and Inter Miami running mate Rodrigo de Paul is sitting out right alongside him. Same rule, same reasoning. If Messi takes the entire 21 days he's allowed, that's 5 Inter Miami matches gone, not 3, 5 games, 1 rest period. Think about that for a second, because this isn't a guy nursing a knock. This is the mandated cost of going all the way to a World Cup final. Now here's where it stops being a one-off story and starts being a pattern. This is not the first time Messi has missed this event. In 2024, he missed it with an ankle injury from Copa America. In 2025, he skipped it voluntarily after being voted in, and MLS suspended him 1 match for it, a real league penalty for going around the rules. And now, 2026, he's out again. 3 years, 3 different reasons. Same result. Let that sit for a second, because most of the coverage out there is treating this like a fresh story that just happened this week. It's not fresh. It's the 3rd chapter of something that's been going on since 2024. Here's the detail that actually flips how you should read all of it, though. Last year, missing the game cost him a suspension. This year, missing the game costs him nothing. Same absence, same result on the field, an empty roster spot, completely different rule book underneath it. In 2025, he was punished because it was his choice. In 2026, there's no punishment expected because FIFPro's rule makes the choice for him. So ask yourself this: if the outcome is identical either way, what was that suspension actually protecting? Right now, it's looking less like a fixed principle and more like a technicality that happened to land on Messi's side this time. Let's zoom out for a second, because if you're newer to this, here's what the MLS All-Star Game actually is. Once a year, the league's best players face off against a team of stars pulled from Liga MX, Mexico's top league, kind of like a Pro Bowl, except it's a genuine cross-border rivalry game instead of a glorified exhibition nobody takes seriously. This year's edition is the 5th in that format. 29 players were selected for the MLS side alone, pulling from 15 different nationalities across 6 continents. 5 of the 11 fan-voted starters played at this summer's World Cup, including USMNT captain Tim Ream, who plays his club soccer right there in Charlotte, the host city. This is supposed to be the league showing off. And its single biggest name, the same player who's finished as a World Cup finalist for the 2nd time in 3 tournaments, will be watching from somewhere else entirely. Here's the complication, and it's a real one, not a manufactured one. Coverage around this story isn't unified on how to read Messi's final itself. One well-sourced account has a BBC broadcast panel specifically praising Messi's conduct after the loss, contrasting him with teammates who were involved in a post-match brawl. But a separate tabloid report frames his final differently, characterizing him as playing for cards against Spain's Marc Cucurella, tying the phrase into the same news cycle as his all-star absence. Those two versions of the same 120 minutes don't agree with each other, and neither one has fully won out in the coverage yet. That split is worth knowing about, even if you decide one version holds up better than the other. So here's the actual stakes, in plain terms. Messi is 39 years old. He's the sixth oldest player in the entire league, older than all but four other players. Diego Chara, Hugo Lloris, Luis Suarez, and Maxi Morales, plus Alejandro Bedoya. Every appearance he doesn't make now is one fewer chance for MLS to put its most famous player on a stage it built specifically to showcase him. The league is also mid-transition, shifting to a European-aligned calendar starting next year, which makes this July date already something of a lame duck on the schedule. A deep Messi-led Argentina run should have been the best marketing accident the league could ask for. Instead, it's the direct cause of an empty chair at its own party. So where does this leave things? Messi's rest clock runs until August 10th at the latest, though nobody's confirmed exactly when he'll actually come back before then. The All-Star game goes on without him, July 29th, roster otherwise intact, Ream and Berhalter and the rest still confirmed in Charlotte. No suspension is expected this time, a quiet contrast to the one he took last year for doing essentially the same thing. And the next real data point isn't the All-Star game at all. It's whenever Messi actually steps back onto an Inter-Miami field, sometime between now and August 10th. The first sign of exactly how much of that 5-game window he's going to use.